Welcome back everybody to Desktop Inventions. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe down below. Today we'll be going over the exciting conclusion of the self-filling food bowl. There's a lot of design changes and upgrades since the last video, so stay tuned. Alright, now that we've got most of the new parts printed out, with the exception of the rear cover, we're going to go ahead and take the old electronics and servo motor and transfer that to the new build. Alright, seems we don't need that anymore. And there we have it. Now I'll take the linkage off the old slider and I'll put it onto the new slider. Yep, works just fine. And I'll put it into the loader piece there. And then finally I'll attach the linkage onto the servo arm. Now we just have to put the two guide screws here, and that will hold it from going too far back or too far forward. Now it moves perfectly out and perfectly in every time. Now for the next step, we'll be getting rid of this breadboard, and we'll actually be attaching the Arduino, probably underneath here. So here I'm making a hole for a brass standoff, screwing the brass standoff in, and then I'm taking the solder iron and melting that brass standoff into the plastic. And now that's an inserted brass heat stake. So now we'll take our Arduino board and we'll mount it on here like so. Alright, now I've got the Arduino mounted up there nicely, and it is still attached to the top piece, so I can remove the base at any time, and everything all stays on the same piece. Now you may be wondering what this piece is. It's a switch for the food bowl. So it's a long 3D printed piece that's fairly flexible. You can see as I flex it there. So I've cut out the hinge portion here that allows it to be flexible. What we're gonna do is take a switch from a 3D printer and we're gonna slide that in there, and when this switch is pressed, it's gonna activate the food bowl. Pretty cool. So now what we want to work on next is the switch. We have these wires coming out here. They're just a little bit messy and not neat looking. So these will have to come over to the Arduino. And what we're going to do there is add some shrink tube to those. That'll make those look a little bit nicer and a little bit more safe. Always fun to have a helping hand. Here I'm using the lighter to shrink the shrink tube onto the wire. And there we go. Now that the Arduino is mounted up, let's connect our switch. And let's put on the final cover. And plug in our power source. And everything seems to be working in order. Alright, now that we've got the mechanics working, we're going to do some testing within the software. Alright, first we're going to look at the speed level. So here is speed level 4, speed level 3, speed level 2, and speed level 1. So speed level 2 seems to be a nice happy medium. Now for the final piece, we will attach the hopper feeder, so that will go on top there so we can hold larger volumes of food. There we go. Got a few good solder weld tacks in there, as you can see. That'll hold up just fine. All right, so here's a demonstration of the final product. All right, so I filled the top with treats and going to wait and see how long it takes them to figure out that pressing this button will give them treats. Trying to figure out how this thing works. How about I just put you on there? Hey, come here, press this, press this. See, it gives you food. Where did the food come from? Hey, take this, press this. At this point, I basically gave up. Oh, and here she actually got it by accident. As it turns out, it's pretty difficult to train cats to do things. So there you have it. That's the finished build of this self-filling food bowl. There's certainly some challenges along the way, but I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. Anyways, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more content from Desktop Inventions.